Meet Cyraxx, an internet degenerate who's as unpredictable as he is chaotic. But who is this guy? How did he rise from the depths of obscurity to become a meme-worthy rage machine? And what keeps the internet coming back for more, despite the madness he spews? Today we're diving deep into the twisted timeline of Cyraxx, from his infamous meltdowns and bizarre claims to the controversies that have earned him his place as one of the internet's most notorious figures. Chance James Finley Wilkins, better known online as Cyraxx, is an American YouTuber and self-proclaimed musician. Born on September 20th, 1990, Cyraxx is noteworthy for a number of reasons. But amongst them, the biggest one is his raging interaction with internet trolls, which, let's say, people found really entertaining.
We need to f***ing talk about something, man. You've gone too far, and I mean too far. It's one thing to attack me. It's one thing to troll me. It's one thing to make a haha joke very funny. Oh, we had to share blah blah funny shit. This isn't a game, Marty. You're f***ing with people's lives here, you sick.
Born prematurely at just 26 weeks, he weighed a mere 1 pound 12 ounces with multiple health complications, including a missing half lung, one lazy eye, and only one functioning kidney. His mother, Connie, who herself faced various disabilities and struggled with ADHD among other issues, played a pivotal role in his early life. From the outset, Cyraxx's world was shaped by hardship, both physically and emotionally. However, these struggles only marked the beginning of something darker. As he grew older, Cyraxx's journey took a darker path, especially after his mother tragically passed away in a house fire when he was just 17. His father's past added another layer of complexity to his story. Arrested for the assault of a 14-year-old girl, the details of his father's crime remain murky. While Cyraxx has claimed that his father was taken into custody the day he was born, records suggest otherwise, indicating he may have been around 2 or 3 years old at the time. Not many people know this about Cyraxx, but his real first name was Patrick Smith. His parents were Rupel Smith and Connie Lobdell. Since his father was in jail and his mother was deemed unfit to take care of him before she died, Chance was handed over to his grandmother, Sally. It's hard to believe, but Cyraxx is actually the third generation of child predators in his family. His father was arrested for raping a minor when Chance was no more than 4 years old. On the other hand, his grandfather, William D. Smith, married his grandmother Sally when she was only a teenager, who became pregnant with Rupel when she was 14. Cyraxx was moved from Alaska to Ohio when he was only 5. When he came to live with Sally, she was married to Gordon Wilkins, so Sally changed his name from Patrick Smith to Chance Wilkins, because according to her, he was getting a second chance at life. Cyraxx created his first YouTube channel in 2009 called DJ Shadowblade. In the beginning, he uploaded short music videos, anime music, and videos of him doing various activities like drumming and skateboarding. Cyraxx was almost 19 years old by this time. He would make some really weird content like this cringy request video on Facebook to help kids from Operation Smile with Skillet's Hero playing in the background. He would also post a lot of anime music videos along with other musical content like this.
The smell of it is so potent, but it's just so delicious.
Party, 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 party.
The smell of it is, the smell of it is, the smell of it is, the smell of it is so potent, but it's just so delicious.
However, this is still not something we would call disturbing. It was just cringe, which actually did a great job of attracting people to his channel. However, things became darker soon enough. On the 14th of February, police were called to Cyraxx's house, and he was arrested for strangling his grandmother, Sally. Cyraxx wanted Sally to drive him to Kansas to his girlfriend, who was obviously a troll. When Sally refused to drive him, he threatened to walk from Ohio to Kansas and started packing his bag in a fit of rage. Sally obviously wasn't letting him walk all the way to Kansas to meet his girl, So when Sally tried to stop him, he attacked her and tried to strangle her. And this is not the only time Cyraxx has misbehaved with Sally. Sally was, of course, not innocent either. She fed into Cyraxx's delusion, which made him lash out and behave the way he did. The two would constantly fight and squabble during Cyraxx's live streams, which gave the audience a pretty good idea of their dynamics.
Yeah. It ain't a game, Mom. It's not a game. No, one of my friends is in the goddamn hospital right now. The best thing I can do is call this out. That's the best thing I can do. Even though I don't know where to start. What?
On the 1st of June 2012, Cyraxx uploaded a music video called Voices in My Head to his YouTube channel. You see, Cyraxx's biggest problem was his delusional belief that he is an incredibly talented musician. This complete and utter fantasy is why he simply refuses to get off the internet. In Cyraxx's mind, his big break is always right around the corner. And if he can just hold on for a little bit longer, then somehow, someone, somewhere will come down from on high and rescue him from the trolls. And once that happens, he will immediately be given the fame and fortune he believes he deserves, and will be able to live out the rest of his days living the life of luxury he feels so strongly entitled to. His conviction in this delusion is so strong that he refuses to stay offline, even if he was court-ordered to, or if his life literally depended on it. Unlike many people, Cyraxx eventually had a big break. But Cyraxx blew it all up. He was actually signed by a record label, only for him to betray the person who was willing to give him a chance. However, between this and this strangling incident, a lot of things happened in the Cyraxx saga. For instance, the legendary Goblin Scream. For those of you who don't know, Cyraxx is very famously known for his attempt to break Chester Bennington's longest scream. When Cyraxx created his first YouTube channel called DJ Shadowblade, which he by the way pronounced in a variety of different ways, he was no more than 18 or 19 years old. However, his war cry came much later in 2012, when he was a whopping 22-year-old guy. From early on, Cyraxx had dreams of becoming a musician, and the most amusing part is that he genuinely believed his infamous Goblin war cry was his ticket to stardom. He saw himself as part of the underground music scene, particularly within the Juggalo community, as far back as 2012. In fact, one of his earliest YouTube videos, still floating around today, shows him ranting about the rigid rules and structure of the Juggalo culture. But here's the reality. Cyraxx was never truly a part of the Juggalo world. He merely wanted to fit in and find a sense of belonging, despite having no real understanding of what it meant to be a Juggalo. His lack of authenticity was eventually exposed when members of the community put his knowledge to the test, quizzing him on Insane Clown Posse, ICP, and other Juggalo-related music. Unsurprisingly, he failed miserably, having never really listened to ICP or immersed himself in the culture he pretended to be a part of.
I was just curious, what was your first album that you got into the clowns?
Believe it or not, dude, it was probably, I'm trying to think. I want to say either Jekyll Brothers or Riddle Box. I can't remember which one it was that got me in.
So what did the cover look like?
Really, dude? Do you know how many years it's been since I've listened to that shit?
Despite his clear lack of understanding about the Juggalo lifestyle, Cyraxx was relentless in trying to convince everyone that he truly belonged to the family. In early 2012, he made a particularly emotional post hinting at his feelings for a girl named Hannah. He poured out his heart, writing, "I'm trying so hard not to break down right now because the one girl I really and truly love is telling me to be with someone else when I honestly love her. Hannah Farrell, I love you, I really do." In this same post, Cyraxx mentioned that Hannah was the reason he didn't take his own life the night before. However, things clearly didn't work out between them because just a few months later, he was not only dating someone new, but was also engaged to her, a girl named Heather. If you've followed Cyraxx's saga even a little bit, Heather might ring a bell. For those unfamiliar, she became a major figure in his story. By major, we mean she was often seen lurking in the background or beside Cyraxx in his videos from that time. Heather herself claimed to be a part of the Juggalo community and was passionate about music, performing alongside Cyraxx under the stage name Shadowcat Hatchelette. Now, don't confuse her with Heather Kraut from 2019. There are actually two Heathers in the Cyraxx lore. So for right now, we'll call this one Heather 1. Before Heather Kraut, there was Abby, Cyraxx's first real girlfriend, though their relationship existed entirely online through FaceTime calls. Not much is known about Abby, except for the fact that she had a hook for a hand, the result of a failed suicide attempt involving a train. Their relationship came crashing down when Cyraxx's Facebook account was hacked, revealing that he had been cheating on her, which led to Abby calling it quits. Heather 2, also known as Heather Kraut, on the other hand, was a different story. After leaving a lesbian relationship and abandoning her children, she moved in with Cyraxx. Coming back to Heather 1, her online debut came when Cyraxx dramatically announced he would be leaving the Juggalo lifestyle behind.
Well, we pretty much decided to drop the Juggalo lifestyle itself. Not the family, but the lifestyle itself, because it's just too much for us to handle.
Around 2012, Cyraxx got signed on by the music label Killer Clown Sounds, run by Eric Scrubolo, out of sympathy. However, Cyraxx was soon fired from the record label after he stole Scrubolo's music and pseudonyms. Cyraxx later released an apology video for Eric with his then-girlfriend, Heather 1.
I know you're pretty upset about the whole dog tag thing and whatnot. Well, when we did the whole thing with the dog tags, it's because we were pissed off. We didn't know what the hell to do. We were seriously just, we were only doing like my mom wanted us to do. She came up with the idea to throw them into the lake, and at the time it seemed like a good idea. And honestly, we regret it, man.
Yeah, big time.
We seriously...
And this was not the first time or the only time he did it. He's actually very well known for stealing songs and putting his name on them. In fact, he stooped as low as stealing a poem written by a 9-year-old abuse victim and making a song out of it.
So William Gloryhole's newest video shows how Cyraxx stole a poem from a real-life victim. Cyraxx stole this poem from a real-life victim about being when she was 9 years old, and he tried to turn it into a song. It's on William Gloryhole's channel. You gotta see it. I can't believe... I mean, just when you think Cyraxx couldn't get any lower, he always...
And if that's not enough, here's a complete list of all the songs he openly stole from other artists. Cyraxx always claimed that he had a difficult time at school with kids picking on him. He's also said on many occasions that he barely had any friends during his school years. However, that appears to be a lie, since an interview with his old school friend Beth revealed that he did have friends.
We met quite literally in high school. We had a mutual friend in common, and that's how we met.
We actually got to know about the Blind Billy incident when Cyraxx brought him up spontaneously in a video once, saying that he was by his high school friend when he was about 16 or 17. This allegedly happened in May 2013.
to 17 years old around that time period, I was actually by one of my best friends from high school. Now at the time, I didn't know that he was gay. I had actually met this kid, his name was Billy Seiler. We had gone to the same high school together, and me and him grew really, really close. We were super cool with each other.
It intrigued his followers, and hence they began investigating. Turns out that what Chance said was not even close to the truth. The suspicion became stronger when, in another video, Chance mentioned how his family approached the school about this incident, and in response, they kicked him out of the school instead of the other way around.
I know what Billy did. That's why they removed me from that school, so it didn't happen to me again.
For starters, the dates didn't add up. Cyraxx said that he was 16 or 17 when this happened, but he didn't change schools until 2009 when he was 19 years old. So something was definitely wrong with Cyraxx's version of the story. He later addressed this and changed his statement by saying that it was not him who was underage, but Billy. By this time, Cyraxx's trolls and followers alike were invested. The information provided by him was enough to track Billy's Facebook and contact him. Once Billy was contacted, the entire truth about Cyraxx's horrible lie came to the limelight.
So we were up in my room, it was late at night, probably 12, 1 o'clock on a weekday. When it gets hot, guys tend to take off their shirts and everything. I was either on my belly on the floor, or I think I was searching for something, and the next thing I know, and at this point, I had never given any type of consent whatsoever.
You can guess from this incident that Cyraxx liked to lie and make up stories, which he continued to do later on in his life. For example, when he was kicked out of school, Cyraxx claimed that he was actually a very bright student with a 3.0 GPA, and that the only reason why he wasn't graduating was because teachers and students didn't like the way he looked.
What's up, guys? Chance here. A lot of you might not know me, but the reason why I am doing this show, or this concert, is to promote anti-racism and to promote more peace and understanding in this world, and to help people know that there are very serious issues that go on. Like myself, I didn't graduate high school because my head principal was racist. She felt that just because I was white, I didn't deserve to graduate.
He also said that he was bullied so severely that a bunch of students pushed him down the school balcony. However, this too appears to be a lie, as revealed by his aunt in an interview.
It was lunchtime, and these kids dared him that he couldn't jump something from the balcony.
The backflip. Okay, hold on. I had a question about this. After certain head injuries, people fucking have dramatic personality changes at times. Do you feel like after the fucking head injury,
what head injury? He didn't hit his head.
He smacked his head off he was on the second floor when he did the backflip. It was off the second floor.
He didn't hit his head. He landed on his side and broke his arm.
The truth was that he was never pushed off the balcony. On the contrary, he was stupid enough to jump from a school balcony for a dare. To make matters worse, he also lied to school management and police about the incident, so the school had no choice but to expel him. And his below 1 GPA didn't help either. In June 2013, Cyraxx dropped out of high school at age 23. In 2017, Cyraxx posted an iconic video of himself fighting himself.
Oh. Nobody here. No. Huh? Where am I? Hey, what the hell? Wait, what? Dude, who are you? Who are you? I asked you first. Oh, let's fight. Come on.
On the 3rd of May, Cyraxx announced that he will be starting his online Shadowblade store, where he will sell a variety of merchandise, including coffee cups, hoodies, and t-shirts. In July, the Chuck incident happened. To give you a little background, Chuck Stagel is the guy who Cyraxx thought was hacking into his email since 2008. Chance also believed Chuck had been impersonating him. From 2017 to 2019, Cyraxx gave us a lot of iconic content, such as the fire-bending video. This was the kind of content that was making him go viral. However, his behavior was becoming more erratic. Seeing how his internet personality was slowly transforming, trolls started looking deeply into his actions, and what they found was truly disgusting. In January 2017, Cyraxx claimed that he knew an 11-year-old boy who he said was a fan of Chance's videos and music. In another YouTube video, he talked about a 14-year-old kid who he said had been there for him.
So what? I have a friend that's 14 years old. Nothing sexual is being said between us. You can ask her your goddamn selves. Nothing sexual has ever been said between us. If anything, she stood up for me many a times. She has stood up for me against all you mother... Because like me, she knows what it's like to be bullied. She's like my little sister.
The way he expressed his faith and loyalty towards a 14-year-old kid in this video is one more reason why what people predicted about him was not a lie. This is when Candle Smith entered the story. She was this random girl on the internet making videos about Cyraxx. She said that Cyraxx is a who would lure kids to sexually exploit them. And from what Cyraxx was doing through his online presence, it doesn't seem unlikely that Cyraxx indeed had some twisted thing for innocent kids. On the 20th of March 2019, Candle appeared on Facebook Live and called Chance a
video on Facebook. I got something to address to all those mothers out there. All you mothers out there that have young children, be warned of this guy named Chance Wilkins. He'll off on your children. Not only that, he'll sit there and off on video chat with them. He'll sit there and threaten to your children if they don't sleep with him. They will do whatever they can. He would literally hurt you. This man is psychotic, dangerous. Women, be warned. His name is Chance Wilkins. If you want his link, it's right there on the description, whatever you want to call it.
According to Cyraxx, Candle tried to befriend him on Facebook. But Cyraxx being Cyraxx, he misinterpreted it as a sign that Candle was in fact romantically interested in him. After Candle rejected his advances, Chance lost it. From what we can see, Candle was probably one of the first few people who saw Chance for what he really was, a calculative liar and an abuser, someone who would blame other people for the same crimes he committed. Candle tried to warn people about how dangerous Chance is and even called welfare checks on Cyraxx's house.
Hi, I'm calling about a welfare check that needs to be done.
Okay, and who are we checking on?
Chance Wilkins. He was just on YouTube a few moments ago threatening to me and a few other of my friends. And I think he's going off his rocker, and I think he might be a danger to himself and others.
Soon after her last welfare check call, news started circulating that Candle had passed. This brought about a major twist in Chance's following. People started blaming him for Candle's death. However, it later turned out that the news was false and that Candle never passed away. But one thing that happened after the rumor was that Cyraxx's social media pages started attracting a group of very dedicated trolls. His growing popularity on the Juggalo Drama Alert show drew more followers and trolls, resulting in an increasingly complex situation. Amidst the chaos, less sophisticated trolls used phone calls and even posed as record labels to intimidate Cyraxx. In response, Cyraxx recorded an extremely aggressive video for Candle. In the video, we can see him losing it and threatening to take Candle's life. This behavior is a perfect example of what Chance was capable of, which was pretty much just aggressive, empty threats. He didn't only threaten to kill people online, but also tried to strangle his own grandmother. In 2019, Marty discovered Cyraxx during and after the entire Candle Smith fiasco. If you have been following Cyraxx or know anything about him, you'll probably be aware of his arch nemesis Marty, Now, if you don't know, Marty is known as Cyraxx's biggest troll. Playing on Cyraxx's desperation to be hired by a record label, Marty created 2 fake competing labels, Ram Ranch Records and Bender Boys, and pitted them in a bidding war for a contract with Cyraxx. Eventually, Bender Boys won the contract, and Cyraxx celebrated his new career in one of the now most well-known videos.
I figured I'd come in, celebrate, kick it, chill. Got a brand new dope ass track dropping with some of the homies. Like the big homie George. What's goody, what's...
You can see that Cyraxx was ecstatic about it. His delusions were finally coming to reality. However, Cyraxx did not know what was about to come. Things took a very hilarious turn when Bender Boys announced that Cyraxx's album produced disappointing results. And due to this, they have now decided to sell his contract to their main competitor, Ram Ranch Records. You can imagine Cyraxx's reaction to this. He completely lost it.
Well, the video's not doing as well as we thought it was going to.
Yeah.
And speaking with the team here at Bender Boys Records, they deemed you unmanageable.
How?
And then we had to sell your contract, man.
Wait, what the f? Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Are you... No, dude.
We sold it this morning.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, the video didn't perform as well as we thought it was going to.
What the fuck, dude? Are you serious? I put in all that hard work for nothing? Are you serious right now?
Well, we sold the contract.
Bro, you're stupid. You're stupid, man. What the f, man? I put in all that hard work for you and the crew for what? What the f, man?
Well, we sold your contract.
You know what? Hey, Bender Boys, I'm doing this shit on my own. You.
Do you want to know who we sold it to?
I already know. Music, bitch, Marty. Fucking cunt bad.
Yeah.
From the moment Marty entered the scene, he quickly became Cyraxx's arch nemesis and the lead instigator in what would become a relentless barrage of trolling. But as Cyraxx's online presence grew, so did his number of trolls and curious followers, many drawn in by the sheer spectacle of his unhinged outbursts. Unfortunately for Cyraxx, his combative attitude and self-centered nature only poured fuel on the fire. Cyraxx had a tendency to engage in prolonged shouting matches with trolls, often spiraling into full-blown rage fits. This explosive temper reached its peak during the now infamous baseball bat incident. One particular troll, known as Aware of Myself, took things offline by protesting outside Cyraxx's home, accusing him of being a child. True to form, Cyraxx stormed out, baseball bat in hand, ready to confront his heckler head-on. However, in a moment of poetic internet justice, the troll easily overpowered Cyraxx, and the entire encounter was caught on camera for the world to see. To this day, the footage lives on as a cringe-inducing highlight in Cyraxx's chaotic timeline, forever etched in internet lore.
Baseball bat on you, bro. Beat his ass. I'm not saying it. Come on. Beat his ass, bro. I ain't call no police, bro. Beat his ass. Beat his ass, bro. Monster.
There were many other instances also where he exhibited rage, mostly in the form of empty threats. A common aspect of his rages includes him shouting various racist, anti-Semitic, and homophobic slurs. While his goblin rage and death threats were extremely viral, he was actually a very cowardly person, crying for his mother during an actual fight with Marty.
Come on by, buddy boy. Come on by, Cyraxx. Come on by.
Why will you leave me alone, boy?
Why wouldn't you work?
Oh, yeah. Let me out.
Get the who's the kid? You are? Then run away now. Shut the up.
Fine. You win. You win. You win. Please let me go. I'm begging you. Please.
Get up.
While all of this was happening, Cyraxx also broke up with his ex-girlfriend Abby and moved in with Heather too. After this, his channel seemed quite dull for a while, with all of his hobbies took a back seat, since he did nothing except interact with random trolls during live streams. This shows how easy it is to affect someone like Cyraxx, someone who has such a flimsy grasp on reality that all it takes is a few random lines from internet trolls to push him to the edge. In late December 2019, he could be seen boxing through Google Meets with someone called Suplex City Vlogs. And yes, it is exactly what it sounds like.
Hey, wait for that bell. Let me know when y'all ready. Y'all ready for the bell?
Are you ready, champ? Are you ready? Look at him, champ. Look at him.
On the 20th of January 2020, Cyraxx posted a video that blew everyone's mind. The video is titled, "Educating People the N-Word."
What up, y'all? It's your boy, controversies, aka Cyraxx. Y'all know who I am. It seems to me that I need to educate some people on some about the use of the N-word. And there are the actual two different meanings. Now, if y'all know, one of the douches from the IP2 network had called me and my girl last night nonstop.
Now, during this entire time, there were a lot of videos of Cyraxx fighting trolls with Heather by his side. While it looked like that she was genuinely interested in Cyraxx, some things that went down during the streams were truly disturbing. One thing that people noticed and found really funny was when Heather kissed Cyraxx and immediately started coughing. People even named this stream the failed kiss stream. It's just really uncomfortable to watch, and there's no other word for it.
Nice word, babe. Yeah, let's try that again, shall we?
Let's see if they call again.
And
He said, got him. Hold on.
nice word, babe.
See if we can get this to call back.
No, don't. I already told him.
He said, I think we got disconnected. Okay, call back.
Hey, he's talking about this.
Who?
He's talking about this, right?
People also made a joke out of it and started saying that this was a death kiss, since Heather died of heart disease, although much later in her life. A user on Reddit actually said this when another user asked how a kiss could kill someone. Something with her heart, which is why we say the kiss killed her. Severe periodontal disease, which Rax most definitely has, can lead to heart infections and cardiovascular disease. He does indeed have a kiss of death because of the rot in bacteria. Well, it's no news that hygiene was never one of Cyraxx's strong suits, and it became painfully evident to anyone who followed his online escapades. For long stretches of time, it seemed as though bathing was a foreign concept to him. His living conditions were reflected in his appearance, often covered in bug bites, some of which were so noticeable that viewers could actually see insects crawling on him in several of his videos. The sight alone became a disturbing hallmark of his content, leaving viewers both fascinated and horrified by the state he allowed himself to live in. You can catch a glimpse of this unsettling reality in this particular clip. But the bug bites were just one aspect of the story. Cyraxx's hygiene problems ran much deeper. One particularly alarming habit was his constant skin picking. He would scratch and pick at the dead skin on his body, especially his scalp, leaving visible scabs and sores all over his head. In one video, viewers noticed fresh scabs forming on his skull as he picked at his skin, an image that stuck with those unfortunate enough to witness it. You can also see him picking his scalp in this video.
But if you want to continue to be fake, that's on you, bro. You want to continue to be fake? Hey, that's cool. And also, that would explain why you took that song that we...
His personal hygiene overall was, in a word, abysmal. Cyraxx's teeth were perpetually yellow, like a result of not brushing them regularly, and his tongue often appeared coated in bacteria. It became so bad that trolls coined a nickname for his poor dental and oral hygiene: trench mouth. The term quickly gained popularity among those who followed his online antics, as it seemed to perfectly describe the unsanitary state of Cyraxx's mouth. His yellowed teeth and bacterial-coated tongue were almost always on display during his endless rants, creating an image of neglect that was hard to forget. For most people, this level of uncleanliness would be unacceptable, but for Cyraxx, it seemed to be just another day. As his hygiene deteriorated further, the term trench mouth became a part of the internet lexicon used to describe him, with trolls and even casual viewers adopting the term to describe what they saw in his videos. Cyraxx's standards of cleanliness were so low that even within the world of internet oddities, his lack of self-care stood out as exceptionally disturbing. And yet it only added to the bizarre spectacle that surrounded his life, drawing in more trolls and onlookers who couldn't look away from the ongoing train wreck that was Cyraxx's online existence. Regardless, this failed kiss incident actually made people think that Heather could also possibly be after the attention that Cyraxx was getting online, even if it was negative. And if this indeed was something that she was after, then she got it not very long after. On November 22nd, one of Cyraxx's anonymous trolls made a phone call reporting that Chance was being mean and abusive towards Heather. The phone call also stated that Cyraxx took Heather's phone by force and refused to return it. However, nothing really came out of it since the police were told that they were sleeping and that the phone call was a prank. However, these allegations inevitably came true when the police were called again only 3 days later on the 25th of November, this time by someone called Mike, claiming that Cyraxx was hitting his girlfriend. When the police arrived at their house and spoke to them, they claimed that nothing like this ever happened. And since there was no sufficient evidence, we can presume that Chance never did anything like this, especially if he was talking about how a man who lays his hands on a woman is a coward just a few days ago on Facebook. There's no way he was projecting, right? Well, you are wrong, because just a day after, Heather was on a live stream, talking to one of the people following Cyraxx's story when Cyraxx himself intervened and attempted to yank the phone out of Heather's hand. Some people saw this as an overly aggressive action, and it was soon proved that they were not wrong. The same day, another troll made a call to Akron PD reporting what had happened. We also have a recording of this complaint.
Chance Wilkins, Chance J. Wilkins, he's a 28 or 29-year-old man. He had struck his girlfriend, Heather Porter, who is currently pregnant.
As of 2020, it became really clear that any semblance of humanity that the tale of Cyraxx ever possessed was doomed to be distinguished by the relentless activities of malicious trolls and Cyraxx himself. In April 2020, Cyraxx and Heather also had a violent freakout during the StreamYard panel.
Does it fuck yourself, you little.
What?
See how he acts? I can't even talk to her like a normal person.
What? Hush! Hit me and I'm fucking knock your lights out. What?
In January, some seriously inappropriate pictures of Cyraxx's private parts were also leaked via his Discord. However, many people thought that they were fake, including CGC, the main guy who was responsible for archiving many of Cyraxx's videos and his story. This brings us to another prominent person in the story, Jamie Nicole. When these pictures were reported on Jamie Nicole's channel, a commenter claimed that Cyraxx's Discord was hacked, and that he was actually asleep when this happened. However, the hack excuse is also mostly used to justify any of Cyraxx's vile actions, so this could also be a lie. Some people also believed that not only was the picture his, but was also most likely acquired by a catfish who persuaded Cyraxx into cheating with Heather. After all, Cyraxx and Heather were living together at the time, and their live streams made it very clear that they were not on very good terms. After this incident, Cyraxx announced that he would be taking a step back from the internet. However, Cyraxx, being Cyraxx, couldn't stay away from all the drama. So, once again, he came back to the internet to clarify that while he was taking a break from his live streams, he will still be posting his usual content on all other social media platforms. According to Cyraxx, he comes from a family of artists and art runs deep in his blood. Later on during the month, Heather and Cyraxx came back to streaming, with Heather completely hijacking Cyraxx's streams. She was at the forefront of the frame while Cyraxx was just hovering behind, taking her commands. During this time, the two started attacking Jamie Nicole for talking about the couple's many mishaps, including the coverage of leaked photographs. In a live stream where they were talking about Nicole, Cyraxx started calling Nicole a retard when Heather tells him not to do that and to take some stuff so that she can deal with it on her own. Heather immediately started attacking Jamie and saying that she was not a real juggalo. And while this is as scathing an insult as they could do, Cyraxx decided to jump in and start insulting Jamie for being a lesbian. Now, this is something that visibly irritated Heather, since she has also been in a relationship with a woman at one point. Despite all this, Jamie is completely unfazed by their insults and proceeds to report their GoFundMe page for taking away Heather's kids from her ex-partner Jessica. Now, little is known about Jessica's situation, or whether she is or is not able to take care of the kids. We can only assume that they will be better off away from Cyraxx and Heather's toxic drama. Regardless, it was very obvious from their live streams and the way they behaved around each other that their dynamics were not very good. In one incident, he went as far as almost raising his hand on Heather.
Person.
What? Hush! Hit me and I'm gonna knock your lights out.
Jamie, you're like you're right there.
Violent. You need to go.
You can see in this live stream video that Cyraxx was extremely upset and angry. He shouted at Heather and almost punched her. After that, he violently punched the wall to intimidate Heather. We assume that this was the moment of realization for Heather, when she realized that she was probably stuck with an irrational man who didn't have even the tiniest bit of control over his emotions and feelings. This was probably a turning point for Cyraxx, because Heather broke up with him around May 2020. She claimed that Chance her. While Chance refused to admit these allegations and continued to tell people that he never did that, we can see in the next video how Cyraxx called Heather after their breakup and verbally abused her.
You've been spreading motherfucking lies about my motherfucking ass. About me abusing you, bitch. I never motherfucking abused her. You didn't let me out of the goddamn room when I asked you for a motherfucking hour. So let me out of the goddamn room. But did you? No. So no. Shut the up. Shut the up. By the way, that whole Xbox, guess what? My Xbox, bitch. You lost that motherfucking right when you left, you dumbass scumbag. So why don't you go off? And then yet, watch show the world the real mother what you don't get.
After the breakup happened, Chance released a bunch of videos. He cried in most of these videos and told his side of the story.
Hey guys, this isn't going to be a very long live stream, but I do have something that I want to say. Heather, I want you to know that what you did today hurt me so bad. You up and left without giving an explanation to me, to Mom, to Ed, you literally grabbed your stuff and left without an explanation. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why you're doing this. I have done nothing but be open and honest and faithful to you the whole time that we were together. I don't understand why you're doing this. And Heather, stop going around saying that I abused you after I laid your hands on you the one time. I have not even laid a hand on you after I made that promise to you that I would never do it again. I have stuck true to that promise. Hold on, guys, my brother.
He called Heather a heartless bitch and said that he almost ended his life, something that he often used to do, scaring people with suicide threats, which never really worked. Some users say that Chance tries to cry crocodile tears to gain sympathy and get out of his crimes. He was also just getting very delusional with each passing day. You can guess it by how he tried to jump on the news when a guy got shot. A tragedy struck the city of Akron when a guy named Zach Hussein was shot in a pizza parlor in early December 2020. This was an extremely sensitive issue, but Chance obviously didn't understand this. This incident prompted Cyraxx to make a series of posts claiming that this guy was his very close friend, even going as far as saying that he was like Cyraxx's brother. However, in reality, there was no actual proof that he even knew the guy. Most likely, Cyraxx was trying to jump on the bandwagon to get more attention. His weird way of mourning the victim was to make custom car designs with his face plastered all over the vehicles. And as if that's not enough, he went as far as starting a Facebook page called Z&C Custom. The Z stands for Zach and the C for Chance. Another iconic event during this era was the great Daniel Larson crossover. If you don't know who Daniel Larson is, let's just say he is a similarly deranged fellow Lolcow, probably one of a few who can compete against Cyraxx. If you want to know more about him, you are in for a treat. We've also covered the entire Daniel Larson lore on our channel, including 3-part Daniel Larson Iceberg. So if you want, you can check that out as well. Anyway, for now, all you need to know is that Daniel Larson is also an internet degenerate. He first appeared in the Daniel Larson story on April 25th, 2023, when Daniel mispronounced Chance's pseudonym as Cyraxx. Daniel's opinion of Cyraxx is vague at best, with Daniel seemingly believing that Cyraxx is both a YouTube villain who is an ex-manager who leaked his nudes and someone who just talks about trolls. And as if this was not enough, Daniel also hilariously wanted to have a rap battle with Cyraxx. Chance's opinion of Daniel is also pretty vague. Chance has mentioned Daniel multiple times, saying he's a victim just like himself, even wanting Daniel and World of T-Shirts to contact him to stop the trolls.
What's up, y'all? I'm making this video for 3 individuals. Johnny Elbows, Daniel Larson, and World of T-Shirts. Danny, World of T-Shirts, and Johnny Elbows, I need you guys to reach out to me right away. Like you, I'm a victim of these evil people. This satanic online cult. I'm a victim of that. Just like you guys.
More recently, though, Chance has been using Daniel as a human shield, telling the trolls to attack him instead. While on many occasions he defended Daniel, calling him a good dude.
Yeah, I've defended Daniel Larson a few times. He's a good dude. Daniel don't deserve to be attacked the way that he gets, man.
He has also claimed Daniel punched a cop in the face. On the 9th of August 2023, Cyraxx had actually made a video calling Daniel his friend, with Daniel actually commenting on it.
What's up, guys? This video is for Daniel Larson. Daniel, first off, man, I want to say that I am terribly sorry that I am terribly sorry that you know this. But I heard your story, I heard about what's going on, and I'm reaching out to tell you right now that these people that you're trusting, they are not your friends. These people that you're trusting are the same ones that harassed you, they extorted you, they blackmailed you, they made me do things to myself that were nasty, and they have assaulted me.
As many of you probably know by now, Cyraxx is the name that many people know thanks to this guy's bizarre and downright disgusting actions. He is a true degenerate who likes to make empty threats, and this was proved on many occasions, including his infamous fight with Marty. There are many instances where he has exhibited rage, mostly in the form of empty threats. A common aspect of his rages includes him shouting various racist, anti-Semitic, and homophobic slurs. While his goblin rage and death threats went extremely viral, he was actually a very cowardly person, crying for his mother during an actual fight with Marty. The very example of this was when he threatened Marty to beat him up. However, when Marty told Cyraxx that he was on his way to Akron to confront him, Cyraxx did a whole 180-degree flip and started convincing him to sort it out on livestream instead. When Marty finally arrived, Cyraxx remained hidden inside the house while he sent his grandparents to meet Marty instead of facing him himself. On June 25th, 2023, Cyraxx also uploaded a video bragging about his silver YouTube play button.
What up, y'all? It's your boy KOA Productions. What's up? Your boy did it, man. Silver play button, baby. 100K subs, man. We on our way, dude. 10 years ago, man, I can genuinely say, I never thought I'd see one of these. But yet, here we are, man. On our way to success, baby. Got this.
He said that he received it from YouTube, but it was very obviously a fake. However, he went from showing off his play button to crying for help in just a matter of a few hours. Chance was detained by Akron police the very same day after having assaulted a troll with a bat on camera. The troll recorded Chance being arrested while Ed tried to confront him. The arrest footage from the police body cam has been re-uploaded by N-Word Boy since. And with the arrest footage, he also provided the body cam footage from the police interview with Chance's neighbors.
Hello. Hi. How's it going?
I'm alright. How are you?
Good. I just spoke with
Is everybody safe?
I believe so. Yeah. So what happened?
We observed the activists come up.
How many were there?
He was writing on his paper. And we know Chance. We've known Chance. We've lived here for 13 years now. And so we were kind of wondering, what he was doing. And when he showed us his sign, we said, oh yeah, we realized we know about Chance. So my husband was doing some yard work and stuff. And so I kind of started watching what was going on. And I observed Chance come out of his house with the bat. And he was on the sidewalk. He did not approach the yard or come onto their property at all. Chance came out, ran out, and swung and hit him with the bat.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what I did, yell to my husband, and he came out, and I've never been involved in anything like this before, but I have heard from our neighbor next door over here. He's young. He's only like 24, and he's on the internet all the time.
Okay.
And he's the one that told us how bad Chance was.
Yeah.
I've seen you guys down there before already. I didn't know. I'm old school. I don't get on the internet like that or anything. But I have heard that he's really bad. He, at one point, years and years ago, actually had a girlfriend.
Chance it?
Yes. And they would always, you know, walk in. If we were sitting out here on the porch, they would stop and talk and everything.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was almost 13 years ago.
Sure.
When we first moved in. He was still quite young.
Yeah. What was your first name, miss?
Tanya. Tonya.
And your last name?
Schaefer. Shaffer.
Your social? Or date of birth?
Last four?
Or what's your date of birth?
Oh.
Do you have a good phone number?
Anybody getting in trouble for anything, you know, but from what I've heard, he's really kind of a bad guy.
As well as the sidewalk's public. You can't just attack people with death and death.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to add?
No. I believe he hit him at least once or twice, and then he was able to get the bat from him. And then that's when Chance ran back up on the porch.
Okay. Very good. All right, thank you. Was there anybody with him? How many people were out there?
There was
like how many little
Chance, a woman, and another man. Chance came off the porch, and the woman and the other man stayed on the porch.
Okay, like his parents?
I don't think they're parents. I think they're guardians or something like that. I always thought that house was like a kind of a halfway house, because when Chance had the girlfriend, she was mentally really out there too. And they both lived there. So we just kind of assumed that was a hype. That was kind of like some kind of a halfway.
When you saw the interaction between Chance and this gentleman here, how many people were out front? Was it just him?
Just him.
Okay.
Yep. And then my husband finally, after I saw Chance,
so there was never,
hit him
so you
with
never
the
saw
bat.
like a crowd in front of Chance's house?
No.
Okay.
No. After he hit Chance, then my husband did go down there because he was afraid, you know, that he was gonna get hurt or whatever, and he picked up his sign then.
Okay.
And then they all went in the house.
Okay.
And then we came back up.
There you go. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. Let it all out. Let it all out, Cyraxx.
I want to know why you did this to me.
Because you're a child.
He is not
Okay, well, tell that to the evidence that speaks.
Do you have anything?
Actually, this is public. Yeah, this is public. Oh, yeah, I'm just public. Sir, will you
gotta go.
You need to keep him away from me.
You gotta go.
You're gonna go to jail too, Ed?
You're
gonna go to jail too? This is public.
Don't make it worse.
This is public.
Not right here, ain't.
This is a public sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Back up before you catch a charge too.
Baby, come on.
Why did you guys try to help me when I screamed for help?
When you scream for help.
All the time I scream for help.
Sure, yeah.
I'm sorry that this happened.
This is a trial one for when they arrest you for being a...
However, he was bonded out of jail the very next day. As of 2024, Cyraxx has really been fighting against the trolls, telling them all sorts of things. He's also uploaded a bunch of videos saying that he is no longer a part of YouTube and that he no longer supports YouTube as a content creator. He also has been in contact with none other than Music Biz Marty, telling him that he'd be fine without YouTube since he has several other options to make money.
What's up, Nick? I'm here to educate you again on how stupid you are. See, I haven't seen all your little friends talk shit. And see,
the difference between me and you, like I said, is very clear. If you fail at YouTube, you ain't got nothing. I fail at YouTube. I have several things that I can turn to and do as a career, as a job. And I can list almost every single one of them.
And if you think this is the end of Cyraxx drama, then you are mistaken. It is ever evolving and living. When Music Biz Marty told him that he will need to dance to keep making videos on YouTube, he decided to outplay him by whipping his out during live stream. So all in all, there was again a lot of live streams and recent drama with Marty, let's just say with some really outrageous things being done on live. As of 2024, Cyraxx has taken up VTubing after repeatedly announcing his retirement from YouTube. Cyraxx's journey through the chaotic world of the internet has been nothing short of a bizarre and often unsettling spectacle. From his early attempts to break into the music scene, fueled by delusions of grandeur, to his countless rants, battles with trolls, and infamous outbursts, he's carved out a strange niche for himself online. His lack of self-awareness, combined with his aggressive responses to criticism, has made him an easy target for trolls. Yet he consistently seems to feed off the attention, no matter how negative. His hygiene, explosive temper, and outrageous claims have all contributed to his infamy. And while many of his stunts have earned him mockery, they've also kept people watching. The question now is, will Cyraxx ever truly stop? It's hard to say. Despite numerous online retirements and claims that he's leaving the platform for good, Cyraxx always seems to come back ready for more. His need for attention, whether positive or negative, seems insatiable. As long as there are trolls to challenge and an audience willing to watch, it's likely that Cyraxx will return to YouTube and other platforms, continuing his never-ending cycle of rage, apologies, and bizarre behavior. In the end, Cyraxx is a product of the digital age, a man whose real-life issues and delusions have merged with the performative nature of the internet. And while it's impossible to predict exactly what's next for him, one thing is certain: his story is far from over. Whether he learns from his past mistakes or dives even deeper into the chaos, Cyraxx will continue to be a disturbing yet fascinating figure on the fringes of the online world.